Well, we're now in the game. That took longer than expected. Still not the worst delay of the week, so we roll with it all. GamerLegion put on some early pressure into Banana, backing off quite early though. Hampus the only one remaining, and he's got a frag for it. Maka's in the meantime on the other side of the map to trade that one out, but GamerLegion surely with the advantage. They've got the world as their oyster. Running around. Hampus. I thought that extra actually was in CT instead. kioShiMa standing above on the flower pot, and he does get one down. Bomb being dropped within the smoke. They needed on a frag here, GamerLegion. That's exactly what they got as well. kioShiMa, the last one standing, that's closest to the site at least, and he's got some more taps in him. The retake surely being quite an easy one now, if kioShiMa can keep tapping like that. Even with a crossfire set up by Dark and by Newbox, it won't be really all that possible. Great retake from Heretics, mostly. The back of some nice Maka frags, and especially kioShiMa. I am honestly a bit torn as to what prediction to go for, because I really can't pick, honestly. I'm just typically I wouldn't fluff about, but these teams are honestly quite evenly matched in terms of how good they are in this map and how good they are in general from what I've seen. Yeah, best one. Deagles all around then for GamerLegion, no armor though, so should be a pretty simple round for Heretics to deal with. We've seen some pretty outrageous anti-eco losses in the past week of MDL, however, so who knows. Hampus and Co walking up the gates of heaven, aka into middle. Maka first frag, but getting caught out a bit in a wonderful little flick around from Rusty. Almost open up the site because it's only devoduvek left. He's got some pressure now from both sides as well, with Rusty wrapping around the site, and another 1-dig for him. Brilliant little display early in the match as GamerLegion get into the site and get onto the bomb plant. Lucky winning just outside it. Will be a pretty tough retake here, considering the fact that neither one has a kit, and GamerLegion have so much space on the site and around. That's good molly though. Oh, that's gonna force out nawwk. Does end up sitting pretty in the corner as Hampus is the one to put in the damage. Rusty going down now, but kioShiMa can't last for very long. It's a surprise win as Rusty leads GamerLegion to a nice deagle round for themselves. Some M4s picked up along the way too. They are so good for economy right now for being in the third round. Same can't be said for Heretics, who've got to settle for a 4-spy, including a bit of armor, a bit of pistols, a bit of utility too. That was just outrageous, that round from Rusty. We'll see if anyone from Heretics can recreate it to some extent, but not a lot of deagles for him. Only 2. So, you see a little less outrage this time around. We'll see. Hampus leading the way into this B site. That is most likely where they're heading, leaving only Rusty and Dennis among in middle. Heretics have heard the presence now too on this B site. Lucky trying to find something in there, but nothing to be given up just yet. GamerLegion playing it quite cool, playing it calm and collected. Exactly what you want from an anti-eco. kioShiMa. Got the deagle in the hand, and it's got some GamerLegion players to walk up on because there's only 20 seconds and GamerLegion are suddenly being pressured. Maybe they were a little bit too calm and a little bit too collected. Now they come in, but kioShiMa's here with the 1D. He's got a couple more, I think, to give, but it's Davidp and Lucky instead. devoduvek closing out the round. Another ridiculous round. We're 3 rounds in. We've already seen 2 half-force spies win. That round looked so good from GamerLegion as well to a start, but they just took way too long. And Heretics had all the utility in the world to use. They played it so brilliantly there. GamerLegion. Hands in faces. Oh my god, that is just outrageous, these 2 rounds that we've seen. Will there be even more ridiculousness? This is what I'm wondering now with 3 deagles. And open an SG to try and shoot GamerLegion back into an equalized scoreline. It's some early damage from hampus. Knocked to take the frag. That was reckless from kioShiMa. That one little peek. That causes a Heretics rotation as well. But there's only 2 players on the A site now as GamerLegion start to mount their attack here. Both of those CTs are up in apartments. Dennis will peek it. Dennis will regret that peek. It's Maka with a frag who's been caught up no doubt. We saw this in the second round. We're seeing it again here. devoduvek all alone. Can't stand for very long. Better this time around though, as it is the 2v2. This time, however, we've got Nop on that T side. Could be worse for the retakers. Smoke landed as well. This is so back and forth. Nobody's won around that they should, except for maybe the pistol round. When will it all end is the question, as DJO picks up Lucky. Davidp surely just rotating off now. Can't be just giving up a frag like that. No, he won't. He'll just stand back, take out Knock on the... In the meantime, DJO will die here. There he goes. What is happening? Why are we seeing every force win? I'm scratching my head. As Heretics buy up again another force. When is the madness gonna stop? This one isn't even as bad, but you do still have an SMG and a CZ among the weapons. Rusty with a Mach 10, other than that, looking solid in the arsenal of GamerLegion. Most of them walk up here on second, middle, 2. Heretics defending mostly from the site, not as eager to push into apartments this time. At least not after Maka rotated off to B. It's another 2v5 situation for the A players on Heretics. This GamerLegion set up a bit of a split. A couple of players from apartments. Couple players from short. They jump out now. Haven't spotted anyone yet. Now they will though. Dennis misses out first, and a second frag on the way of them. Knock drops in though, and that's when the fun stops for the French boys. It's a site taken. It's a retake now commencing. Lucky, Maka, and kioShiMa. Walk up short. Oh, The deagles. Why did I say deagles? I obviously meant nades. That's one frag. Traded right back by Rusty though. Maka and Keo having to rotate off as well. This is not very good for them. They do save their weapons though. They do save their weapons. Could have been worse, all in all. Considering it was a bit of a force there from them. Finally a force buy does not work for a team. But they've got another opportunity to. Surely they just save here. They can't keep the fun going forever. Yeah, they just buy up a deagle and Davidp actually is forced up quite a lot. The other's not really buying up too much, but very weird communication amongst the team. Keep two players on the eco, the others buying up, and it's worked out horribly for them. GamerLegion just take the round swiftly and all. 4-2 now the score. GamerLegion, I think if they take this round, which they should. Yeah. Just a half eco from Heretics all in all. And it should be them in control. At least for a little bit. In the game that hasn't seen much control up until now, that is. Heretics looked like they were rotating off A entirely, but good that they didn't. They are staying here. GamerLegion pushing from Arch. It's Lucky who comes back through CT. We've got Maka hiding in the smoke as well amongst Davidp, but he goes down. Same goes for David himself, as Lucky's the only one even challenging a little there. Not gonna work. GamerLegion looking more solid than ever before. Because it's only devoduvek. And he doesn't have a lot to offer. There he goes. Falling down the box. Bomb planted, and looks like a simple round as always. Looks like there hasn't been any madness here, where there has. As GamerLegion start tidying up a bit, honestly. And right now it is looking like they are the firmly better team. We'll have to wait for this upcoming gun round though. Because there, we'll see if they can really keep the control even when they're a bit challenged. Or more challenged at least. Not just against a couple half buys from the French boys. Scoreboard shows... I can't even speak. Nope. Not coming out. Not even gonna attempt at saying that then. You can see the scoreboard for yourself. Not even gonna try. Apparently I have some type of speech impediment that I didn't know about until now. Up on Maka. Same goes for Knock. First real gun round we've seen in round number 8. Another bit of presence shown by GamerLegion yet again on the A side. Maka to take out the first player though. A clean little frag that may get followed up by a clean little flank. It's devoduvek with 2. Rusty and Dennis now suddenly alone. We're only about 30 seconds into the round, but I'll have to attempt the 2v3 now. As Rusty picks up a frag in pit. There's still a player on the site though in Davidp. Trying to run around the box here. Peeking at the right time, peeking at the right angle. He's got a trade in. This will be so tough for Dennis and he won't last for any more. Now Rusty is not Rusty. He's been absolutely outstanding. Obviously, you mostly think of that ridiculous deagle round. no armor, yet still was able to tap so many heads in a row. But other than that, it's been very solid from him. Very solid from GamerLegion most of the time. Up until now. Oh, ignoring the first 3 rounds, that is too. The Heretics have, even though they won that round, because of them losing so many players, they had to reinvest with some questionable buys on the board. kioShiMa on that scout and devoduvek on the UMP stick out like sore thumbs. 1 on each hand. One on each site too. As the UMP goes down. Of course down to Rusty as well. The op surely will too. Yes it will. There's only 1 on the A site now. It was the same as last round. Even less rotations coming in now for him. He's stuck by apartments. He's actually found a frag still though. And that nade is super solid. Hampus down to 10 health. As David just runs away. Waiting for some rotations perhaps, but those rotations won't come. We'll all attempt to save instead. Hampus walking around after not hearing Davidp earlier. Maybe he did. Just didn't want to engage too early. Looks like he will get away with his life though. After that one frag. 6-3. GamerLegion immediately snatch a round back as soon as they lost one. They are being recorded beforehand because we are using auto-director. The delay is about 1 round or a minute, and then auto-director knows who will get the frag. Therefore, it switches to it. I'm very confused as to why you guys don't know that yet. Makasin doesn't know how not to hit shots with this scout. Sadly not a headshot this time around though. That will mean that Nox only likely tagged down, but same doesn't go for the 2 Heretics players, both taken down by the hands of Dennis, and a great flash from Dennis. The menace causes even more eruptions in the Heretics team. As kioShiMa and Lucky are yet again left to just save their guns, save all that they can. Hampus trying to, yet again to go for a bit of a hunt, but just like last time, it is unsuccessful. I just explained it to you, the other director. They're playing, and we're watching in GoTV 1 round after, or about a minute and 50 after. And then auto director, since it knows what kills are being made because it's 1 minute earlier, it can automatically switch to the right person. Yes, I'm Swedish. Most people are shocked when they hear I am. Or when they ask. Or when I tell them. I've heard some Northern Irish in me, apparently. I've heard some Irish usual. I've heard other stuff. Netherlands. Bulgaria, I think. But yeah. No, auto-director is a thing to help out things like this where we don't have an observer specifically set for it. That's why it's a thing. Yes, no spam. I'm not rooting for good luck or good luck GamerLegion necessarily. No. I like Heretics. I love watching him, especially on maps like Nuke. Shown out some very impressive performances recently. Yeah, no, I think so too. I think I can clearly hear him switch. Either way, Heretics jumping in on the fun now because they suddenly faced an explosive B attack that really did succeed in the end. Maka coming in from Banana will try and stop them. Not even after the bomb went down. In that case, no utility left either for GamerLegion to block off any CTs coming from CT. Have to be aware of all of the angles. Maka causing some pressure from Banana while the rest of Heretics come through CT and especially through Church. Stopped. Just so deadly is hampus. Not helping out too. Very good hold in the end from GamerLegion to hold off Heretics from that retake. Straight up Deegs, and as he said, for Heretics now. We've seen it before though. They succeed, so why not now? Game after this match is... I don't think it's Vanguard v Crazy. I'm not here anyway. We'll be having Vanguard v Spirit at 6 PM on this channel right here. On the second channel. Mega versus Phoenix at that time. Hampus staying around Banana while the rest of his team start to walk towards A. They have been favouring this site quite heavily, GamerLegion. That's sort of why last round was a bit of an odd one. Especially in the explosive nature of it. Oh, knock! That timing to look into bedroom was so impeccable. Hampus saving DGL as well from a bit of embarrassment. Heretics are left with only 3 players, one of which is on the A sites though, as Rusty stuck in him. Davidp doesn't know what hit him. The retake is not looking all too bright at the moment. Knock with 1. As kioShiMa is left to do the impossible. Oh, knock. Oh, knock. Stop it. Getting all the eco frags for himself. Through the smoke too. I'm gonna time out now. I think if it is an attack one, then it should be for Heretics. They are starting to let this game slip out of their hands. GamerLegion started to run away with it to some extent, at least. Oh, sorry for the freeze there. There it goes. Magic is all that came. Maka's in. Opens up the fragging. We haven't seen this typically from Heretics. They've been pretty poor in these first frag engagements. Maybe the timeout will do them well. Yes, it's the best of 1. GamerLegion trying to run into the site now. Ooh, what a flash and a nade and a double nade onto devoduvek through the smoke is hampus to kill off Davidp. It's a... You can ask for a better execute of the A site ever. GamerLegion have completely won the round all because of that. Wonderful. Yeah, they are just saving now. Maka sticking around for a bit. Try and get a exit frag along the way, perhaps. What are you thinking on this one, chat? I don't know personally. Still, obviously I see GamerLegion winning it right now because of that. But even in this half, I'm not quite sure. I think it could very well end up an 11-4 half, maybe. Something like that. Heretics did show something. I've shown glimpses of something along this half, but they just haven't been able to string together too many rounds in a row. (16-3, 16-6). 16-3, yeah, some heavily favored GamerLegion predictions all across the board, it seems. Another pause came in there. Maybe still trying to fix things up, or maybe still just a bit of a timeout. Oh, the peek from Maka. Hampus was there, the detective, with his monocle in the form of an SG. Quite posh, that image. Either way, it's GamerLegion who started off that time, but a surprising trade from Davidp as devoduvek fails to make any sort of pressure put on Rusty, who's never really stopped fragging this game. Hassie lucky missing a shot. Quite an easy one that first one was. It's this follow-up though, making up for it all. GamerLegion might just rotate over to B now. You know that there should only be one player or so. They're smoking up Arch though. A bit unclear as to where they want to go. Rusty absolutely fails that Molotov. Goes back into himself. He just has to go up the steps instead. 30 seconds. GamerLegion need to make their mind up right now, I think. But look at Heretics. They're pushing in. Davidp. That's the first one. Knock had no idea, and neither did Rusty. Both of them going down. It's all on Dennis suddenly. And that was so surprising. Incredible display from Lucky and Davidp. Or kioShiMa and Davidp, was it? Really good. They've got that fourth round in now. GamerLegion not wanting to end of the half on a bad note when they've looked so strong throughout. Double off for Heretics. Just a single one. Oh, in the hands of Knock. Quite a nade. Hampus again in the early part of the round to make an impression is Knock. He could have taken out both ops in the space of about 5 seconds. Took a bit longer than that, but still did so. Already a 5v3. Yeah, it's Dennis. The Dennis, you know, Dennis the Menace. Old-fashioned Dennis. Here's old-fashioned kioShiMa. Rolling back some of the years at least as shuts down that little attack from GamerLegion. Has more frags to give as well. Because it's only kioShiMa left on this B set, and GamerLegion are coming back with a vengeance. Can he hold off on it? Pete looking a bit suspiciously towards Arch and the other. devoduvek now getting so much information. The rotation can start to come in now as he sees nothing on middle. It's all on kioShiMa still though, as the rotations are so far away. Backing off. 12 seconds. They need this frag so quickly, and he's given it to them. by peeking in. nawwk saves his team once more as plant will go through. Even after a pretty decent nade from devoduvek, him and Davidp both coming from the CT area. Another good nade, but it won't matter in the end. 11-4 looks to be the scoreline as GamerLegion closed that one out. It started in chaos this half and it's finished in some GamerLegion solidity. That round was so much because nawwk's impact. Had the first 2 frags, had the frag on Keo. Without him, they would not be winning that one. No way. Such a talent, nawwk. But with a lot of potential. I mean, I personally hyped them up for a couple of months. For a very good reason, I'd argue. Ever since his existence Galaxy days. The DreamHack opens. He's still showing that potential. A lot left to give, that man. Much like Hampus, another young Swedish talent. Reaping up into middle now. Davidp, unaware as ever. Most of Heretics are in second middle. Hampus caught between kioShiMa and them now. He's trying to just get a lot of information here, but he doesn't know about Keo. Tried to maybe back off into safety, but that's nothing that was given. Trade comes through on the A site, leaving it to a 3-on-3 with the bomb safely going down. Lucky to do it. Devoduvek joining him on the site, but he's been spotted now. Smoke to land, but a double from devoduvek. Should be closing this retake right out. Because it's only Rusty, who's had a very good game so far, but surely can't clutch this one. Keo just scares him off. And there he goes. Unlike Hampus, he actually ran into safety. No one was waiting for him. Even though Heretics are hunting him down. Go with the frag instead. That's one round back then from Heretics. Maybe they can get a couple more together and they'll be right back in the game. I don't remember what we saw early in that first half. The 4 spies ruled in the first 3 rounds or so before we could see it again here. Or possibly so. Because 2 deagles still in play. Rusty not on a deagle this time. Did have that one ridiculous deagle round. And I think the second round, you all must be remembering it by now. Hampus needing to step up instead. DGL on the site as well, but it's Hampus. No, it was nawwk who on the first frag. Bit of more damage done to Heretics, but they do get the bomb down and they do keep 3 pretty healthy players alive. Hold off the retake. GamerLegion still walking around. Bit of a C formation around the site now. They try and find some type of opening. Hampus does have a flash in his hand and Rusty does have a molly, but are they just backing off? Yes, they are. Running away with the armor and things like that. They want to save. Heretics do not want to let them. But in the end, it's GamerLegion to lose a couple of players. All of Heretics stay alive that were in that retake situation. GamerLegion, because of that failed force, well, that'll be on pretty bad cash. We'll just stay on this eco. Smart choice when you're this far in front, because you can give up a few rounds here or there, as long as you be gain control with a nice little gun round. Sooner or later. Preferably sooner. The Heretics are here to stay, perhaps. On the road. With a comeback. Good. Few dinks in from Hampus. That's one frag. That's two. Those frags should not be going the way of GamerLegion in any sort of universe. I'm not sure why Heretics have let them. You both most likely still win the round, but still looking a bit too loose. Here are the French side. Dennis from CT. Knock from Church. If they just catch the attention of one, they could have maybe neutralized that and start to move in, but it's only Dennis and he's dead now. 11-7. GamerLegion now to buy up their first gun round in this second half. Maybe they can keep hold of this attempted comeback from Heretics. Or maybe not. I'm just freezing at this point. I've got my hands. I've got 2 layers of clothing on me. One being a hoodie. I've got the hoodie on and I've got to keep my hands in my hoodie to stay warm. Where am I living? Not Siberia. Feels like it at least. 3 degrees out. GamerLegion trying to stay as cool as it is outside. Not sure where it's going with that one. They want to keep hold of Heretics, but we've got this momentum of rounds. It is hard to keep it under control. For the other team, that is. Hampus in CT trying to help out the 3 players from GamerLegion. We will have to defend this wrap around the site. Rusty with the first frag. Dennis to follow up on it. Strong so far from the Swedish side who completely batter Heretics in that round. Have you ever seen a hold not solid? Wow. All 5 players alive. Incredible. In their first gun round too, Heretics have been humiliated. Clean sweep coming in. Heretics with worse money this time around, but GamerLegion not even having to rebuy any weapons whatsoever. All they need is to win this round, just like the last one, and they'll be so set for eventual win. Won't even be that far away. Hampus and DGL deep into banana at this point. They've got another smoke in their hands and another molly. We want to keep hold of Heretics too. I don't think Heretics are planning on going into banana anytime soon, mostly towards middle, but Hampus, oof, that was close. Now trying to molly off the players, but Lucky got in there anyway. DGL staying alive, but that trade wasn't very much what GamerLegion were planning on doing. Now they've got to rotate one back as well. This defense, will it hold? No, it won't. Or actually, it was nawwk who got the first 2 frags. I must have imagined something that didn't happen. Because GamerLegion have just held that just as tight as last round. I thought it was nawwk who died first. My bad. 13-7. I said they need to hold about as strong as the previous round, and they would easily cruise to a nice victory, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen now. Just a bit of an eco to go up against them. They should be on their way. We just got one final gun round to deal with before match point. If everything goes smoothly. Flash in. That Heretics just run. Oh, and they've got 2 frags already. Not a very good start for GamerLegion, who still end up on top. And I think that's good enough, honestly. Losing 2 guns at this stage when you've already built up a bit of cash doesn't quite matter as much. Match point should be imminent. With knock on the AWP and the others with very solid buys as well. Lucky, stuck in a Molotov and stuck now in the afterlife. The rest of Heretics running through into Arch. They've spotted out Knock, who tried to re-peek in, but they've killed off DJL and CT. And they're gonna keep on running. Knock still in library and Rusty still on in the pit. French team back off somewhat. The bomb actually got dropped there too though. Hampus smoking them off. They run through it. T goes down. It's all down to Dennis suddenly. Heretics making very rapid rotations and very rapid runs around, all around the site and amongst the map. And this round has been very chaotic. So explosive on all ends. Knock to clutch it. He is very good in these clutch situations, even with an AWP in his hand. I can see him winning it. The crossfire will be difficult to deal with, but he's got a smoke, he's got a flashbang. Certainly attempt something here. Oh, the no-scope will fail, however. That's the death of it. $14-8. Now the score. How long have I been casting for this time? Only an hour and 15. Can't complain, can't complain. Only game of the day, I believe, as well, so... Well, for MDL at least. For Vortex. So I can't complain at all. Dennis. Oh, he's so low already. Rusty trying to evade some damage too, but he's stuck in the smoke and stuck in the firing range of devoduvek and Maka. Only a inevitably they was gonna go down. Heretics trying to do roughly what they did last round, just rotate around, trying to confuse GamerLegion a bit. All around the map. And they're doing it quickly. And they're doing it so effectively. What have they done, GamerLegion? The site's entirely open. They've gambled. And they've lost their house. They've lost their entire fortune. 14-9 will be the score. Is that intentional? Is what I'm wondering. Surely it is. It can't be that bad. It can't be... Yeah, there's no way that was a gamble. I'm starting to think that then it's just rotated off because they knew that Heretics were going into the A site, but that they were gonna lose. With Dennis on such low health. That's what I'm thinking. Heretics will let them live. And GamerLegion will let them win. Still 6 more. Well, 5. I was going to say 6 more for match point, but more sense to Say that it's 5 rounds between them now. The two teams. GamerLegion only needing 1 for match point, obviously. And surely they can get another round on the board with how solid GamerLegion have looked at times on the CT side. But who knows? Anything can happen. This Heretics start to set up for a bit of a B hit. GamerLegion are pretty ready for this, honestly. With 3 players on the site. Now the flashes come in, but with so many players from GamerLegion, surely they can hold it. They can hold the fortress for another round. Davidp with an important frag, kioShiMa the same. So only Dennis now standing on the site itself, and that's surprising if anything. But the push was successful. Knock smoked off now from CT as Rusty needs this frag on Maka. If he doesn't get it, then the retake won't happen, I don't think. Flashbang, not really successful, but the kill is, which was the important part. Now Rusty putting some pressure with his utility and Knock doing the same. Dennis, as the attention was drawn away, gets a frag, does get traded though, 2v2. Knock and Rusty get a kill each, and that's how you retake, ladies and gentlemen. Knock gets the defuse because of his kit. 15-9. GamerLegion stronger than ever. Honestly, I think that was more GamerLegion being great in the retake than Heretics failing. And they just need 1 more strong round, then they're gold. For a win. Moving back 1 player now to the A site. It's a free tip. The Heretics are certainly moving towards it. Needing apps control. And some in middle. Heretics still going for the Z attack too. Not backing off at all. Even Maka towards Banana. The others going for it now. Not a lot of utility though. But as long as they use it well, then it won't really matter all too much. All they need now, because of that smoke, is really the frag on Rusty. And he does go down. Execute going off to a brilliant start as Knock misses a shot as well. 40 seconds. Well, more than enough as GamerLegion just back off. Very good execute from Heretics. GamerLegion do let him win. And no save. I think it is very smart though for GamerLegion to just keep hold of the weapons. You don't need, when you're on this economy, which isn't very strong at all, to just charge in when you haven't really got all that much of a chance to win it. Yes, we'll see. 15-10 now the score. GamerLegion not being able to drop over an M4 specifically. I think Daigle or maybe a FAMAS, maybe an SMG should be in the hands of Rusty eventually. There he goes. MP9 for him. Here we go then. Another chance for GamerLegion to close out the game. Have they got it? No, is the question. Some damage done to Davidp in the Molotov, but it definitely can't sustain. Nades landing in as well. GamerLegion are not too aggressive here at all. They keep on throwing utility out as well. AGL catches out. Lucky was all alone. Very questionable from him. That isn't though. The nade from Maka. Trading it right back as Heretics now set up for an explosive execute into the site itself. Hampus very low. He's stuck in CT. It's mostly for Dennis to handle. Bit of pressure on his shoulders. Heretics do cool off though. They can back somewhat with about 50 seconds left. Certainly have time to rotate over. The question is if they want to. I don't think they should. $35. Now they've got to make up their minds, and it's looking like it's B after all. Hampus has now rotated over though into a headshot angle, doing some damage but not quite enough. It's only Dennis now with about 18 seconds left. He gets forced out, smartly so, because now Rusty has to come in. He's coming quite well. In fact, he's coming ridiculously well, because it's all on kioShiMa instead. Knock and Rusty both from Banana. Both with some good flashes in, and it's Rusty with a great little entry from Banana in the retake to win out the game for GamerLegion. That's it. That's done. All wrapped up.